Primetime, that's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off.
And Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you have some meat on your bone.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
If you're going to do anything at Oakmont, you better be able to fire your glutes, okay? Because it is one bad mama jamma. That is for sure right now. Welcome in XL Primetime, a Florida Home AC Friday, and we are keeping our eye on that leaderboard at the United States Open. Oakmont is just beating that behind right now, and you get rolling, you're in red figures, you think things are good, and then it just rises up and smacks you right back down over par as it has been for many of these guys. All right, welcome in. We got plenty to talk about. The United States Open will be top of mind. You have leaderboard updates throughout the day. Big Sur Spatty and our head coach Dave Campo is in the house ready to rock and roll and talk some football, which is what we do more than anything else. And I tell you what, there's lots to look back on from the minicamp. Coach, first off, welcome back to you from I would think you had a great vacation, and you look refreshed and rested and ready to go.
Yeah, well, it got a little long. After 2 weeks, it gets a little long. But at the same time, we had 20 of my kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids for a reunion. So it was what I needed to do, and it was fun. I really enjoyed getting everybody together. I went to a wedding of one of my nephews. That was great. The only thing that bothered me the whole time, which it makes me feel bad a little way, but that I didn't see a bunch of the OTA practices back here with the Jaguars.
It was driving you crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you saw enough of them where you at least could throw an opinion out, and you got a really cool comparison that we will do coming up. But, guys, before we get into football, you've been watching the United States Open, Leon. And my gosh, man, they are kicking tail.
They are. JJ just mentioned a guy, like I guess yesterday, Kim, right, JJ, was 2 under.
M.
Yeah, Sung J M.
Sung J M. He was 2 under yesterday.
Yeah, he came into the day two shots off the lead.
Now he's
it didn't
plus
end like
5,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
See, I love the chaos and the carnage.
Yeah, he finished plus 7 for the day, and most guys, I think there was only 3 guys so far in the morning session that finished under par.
Yeah. I like that the guys don't like this course. I just see how they handle a little adversity.
Yeah, I tell you what, coming out of day one, this kind of got me a little bit that if you even take J.J. Spawn or a couple of other guys that were at or near the top of the leaderboard, is that there were still fairways missed, but they were able to recover from those missed shots, and then they were also good around the greens. But the more you miss the fairway, in other words, it's going to catch up with you, and it has with several of them. You can get away with it for only so long. And Victor Hovland, who actually is piecing together a couple of good days, he missed more fairways in the first half of his round today than he did all of yesterday, yet he still was able to pull himself out of there. But there were a couple of shots that were just – you look at it and you just shake your head like, I'm going to be here a while. You guys might want to go on ahead of me. Yeah. That's how it was.
Look at this ball's roll. It's still rolling off the green.
Oh, yeah. And we're talking about –
the projected cut is 5 over.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. And it's likely to climb.
Oh, it's going to go probably to 7 maybe.
Yeah. And so that's not necessarily a surprise just because of how tough the setup is. And
is this the toughest course in the country?
Well, the beautiful thing about it is way back whenever the dude bought the property and said, I'm going to design this course, he goes, I want to make it the hardest in the world. Okay, thank you very much, okay? We really appreciate that. Yeah. We want to come every single day, give you money, and let you beat our brains out with your golf course. But that's basically what he did. He wanted to, it was kind of a badge of pride that they had. But yeah, it's regarded as, and Bethpage Black, the way it sets up can beat you to death, and that's a public course, and I guess you invite those beatings when you pay your whatever, $50, $60, $70 now. But we were looking at the membership of Oakmont, and you got to pay dearly to get your brains beat out.
Listen,
you were right about Adam Scott, by the way.
Yeah,
he's 1 under right now.
He's pretty straight,
and he steady, man, steady.
Yeah, experience hopefully will pay off for him. So we'll see how it goes.
He also just started this round.
The guy got an ace, right?
Yeah, was it Victor Perez who had the hole in one?
Yeah.
So there's been a little bit of highlight action, but then mostly guys that feel good about themselves and then they just lose their way. And it's a punishing golf course. There's no question about it. So we'll keep an eye on the cut line and everything like that. But Coach, tell a story, which you were telling Leon and Matt earlier, me and JJ too, that you got treated to go out to Dallas to see your old Dallas Cowboys work.
Yeah, it was a good, they brought the legends back. And by the way, I'm only a legend in my own mind, but they call all the ex-players legends in the NFL and coaches. And so they brought us out. We were able to sit in a team meeting and say a few words. He picked 5 of us out to speak, Schottenheimer, the head coach. And then we were able to sit in position meetings, which was probably the most fun of all of it, just seeing the assistant coaches coaching.
Right.
And the interesting for me was Everson Walls. We only had him for 1 year with the Cowboys. And he was sitting in front of me in the DB meeting. He turned around halfway through, and David Overstreet is one of the assistant coaches, young coach.
Right.
And he was running the meeting. And Everson turned to me and he goes, "Man, that sounds like one of your meetings," because he was really animated and detailed. And so that was fun. And the main thing to me was I could compare their roster watching practice to the Jaguar roster. And I will say this, speed and energy, both of those two things are in both of those camps. Now, as far as you can't really tell what guys are going to be going forward in mini camp and OTA.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things involved. But, they have some firepower, and I truly believe we have some firepower. It just has to be everybody else around, everything has to go right.
Yeah, and I think more than anything else is that's what they went after. They went after speed because they were lacking a lot of it.
Well, I think that what Coach told us that when he spoke, he told everybody in the meeting room that you ain't got to like each other, but you got to respect each other. Everybody here has a role. Play your role, stay in your lane. If everybody plays their role and stays in their lane, then that's how you win. That's how you win football games.
Yeah, I've heard Leon say that a bunch of times. Just do your job.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And respect the job.
Exactly.
Everybody gets the ring.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That includes a guy that's getting you ready to play
Exactly.
in that next ball game. So it's important.
Well, you got to have elevated expectations that you probably will never meet, but you've got to come in with your expectations elevated.
Right.
Everybody, if your goal as a player is not to win a Super Bowl, then why are you here?
Right.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
If that's not your expectation, because that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
That's your ultimate goal. So I know a lot of people, well, it depends. No, your goal on the team is to win the Lombardi. If everybody does not have those expectations, then you've got the wrong players.
Right, but you also said it's a locker room full of independent contractors.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of guys out there looking for their own next payday.
You do. You do.
But marry it up
but
you can.
You try to eliminate
Yeah,
those
you try to
guys.
eliminate those guys.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
here's the thing. If you play to your elevated expectations, the money going to come.
You're going to get paid.
You're going to get paid.
So just
Exactly.
That's the
marry
reason
that
why,
up.
reason why I had so much success at Miami, because I never thought about the NFL.
Right.
I wanted to be the best Hurricane ever. So when I was trying to be that, the NFL it ain't going nowhere.
That's such a big deal because I've told my children, money is one thing. Find something to go to work that you enjoy doing because it's going to be the majority of your day. And if you do the job good, the money will come. It's exactly the same thing with a football team.
Yeah.
Just do your job and love the game.
And play
if
with
you have those two things, you
And
have
play
great
with
chance.
passion.
Yeah.
Play like you love
the game.
You're going to be out there working anyway. You might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, it's the same thing when you know you're going to get blown up as a wide receiver. You might as well make the catch.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to get
I think
killed.
I think the funniest thing TC used to say when we were in stretching, right? And it's hot and we're beat down. We're in the middle of training camp. TC would walk up and down and say, "Where else would you rather be?"
Yeah, right. Jimmy used to say that too.
I mean, you're getting paid to play a game.
I know. I mean, I'm just saying, but you're right. You get paid to play a game, but
It's a dream.
but the
camaraderie.
the training camp can be imposing on your will,
course it can.
your drive, and everything. I just thought it was funny that TC would walk up and down, the stretch lanes and say, "Where else would you rather be?" There's a lot of people that are paid to be right where you are right now.
Yeah.
And I used to look at him like, I don't want to hear that. But then when you think about it, I'm like, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
You're absolutely right.
It is a dream come true. It's short-lived for some and great careers for others. But the whole idea, like we're saying, it's coming out of minicamp, is figuring out who is going to brother up, who's going to make sure that locker room is a sanctuary in a lot of ways, to where everybody just leans on each other to get the most out of them. And that's what needs to happen. All right, so we basically did our mini camp observations, the three of us yesterday, Coach. So just give us a little bit of yours, just what kind of wrap up mini camp in your mind.
Well, the first thing that sticks out to me is the competitiveness, because it's hard to bring that out sometimes when you don't have the pads on and stuff. But the practice that I saw, they did a red zone period, and he had an odd number of plays, which means I guarantee you somebody won that
play.
That drill, that whole drill.
Yeah.
So either the offense or the defense won that drill, because there's one extra play. Somebody's going to have one more win than the other one, right? So to me, I think that's the tenor of what's going on. The guys' energy level, the speed. I mean, we got guys, I don't know what Tootin's going to do. I really don't. But I know one thing. He's faster than 90% of the backs in the league at 4.3. So they went out. I see the speed on the field. I don't know whether or not he's going to be a great player. None of us do. But I like the energy. I like the way they're competing. And I think they brought in more competition. For example, Harrison and Adoga. Adoga's not as good a player athletically as Harrison is. But I'll tell you what, Harrison better get his stuff going, because they alternated every single series. So that's the kind of thing that they're trying. And I know Adoga. I was with him at USC, so I know he's got intangibles. I think that's what I saw the most out of the whole thing.
Yeah, they've got to create urgency and make people, hey, that's your spot. It ain't going to be your spot if you don't do what's necessary.
Right.
And I do not think Adoga is a replacement for Anton Harrison. I don't. But he's going to push Anton. And basically, it's another button, and we talked about it before, Leon, that the coach what's the best way to put it? Craftily called Anton Harrison out. He didn't call him out and embarrass him. He did it with a little craft. But that's another button that's pushing Anton.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how he responds to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how I would respond to it if I was the starting right tackle and they got me going alternating with a guy out. I'll be upset. There will be more urgency on my part to make plays, because everybody on the offensive line is a playmaker. Everyone on there is a playmaker. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he responds to it. I mean, one or two things are going to happen. Either he's going to cringe and crawl into a corner, or he's going to come out swinging. And hopefully, if he comes out swinging, then you drafted the right guy.
Right.
If he becomes more complacent, then you've got to question the fact that if he's your guy moving forward.
Yeah, so let's keep an eye on him for the next 5 weeks, see what he looks like coming back, shape-wise, commitment-wise, all that kind of stuff. All right, so you guys jump in, 641-1010, especially if you were out at the open practice. We could definitely talk about that. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can jump in the YouTube chat. We got the full house with Coach Campo back with us. A Florida Home AC Friday. Give us some rock and roll suggestions. Fire yourself up for Father's Day, which we are going to bring up here in just a second. How big is Father's Day in the ranking of the holidays that we celebrate annually? Big Sur's has got something to say about that.
No one cares.
That will be coming up on XL Primetime.
Wonder what Jeff Prosser would be doing if he wasn't on 1010XL?
What do you know about stock car racing?
Watch on television, of course.
You've seen it on television?
ESPN. Coverage is excellent. You'd be surprised at how much you can pick up.
Jeff Prosser.
Sure I would.
Mornings on 1010XL.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione Law.
Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet. Even my family is obsessed. And with Father's Day right around the corner, why not surprise Dad with his own custom garage workspace? Tool storage, workbenches, the whole works. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes Dad's. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. Visit closetsbydesign.com.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound & Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound & Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you have told us about the importance of cutting a diamond properly and how it relates back to beauty and value. But how do you judge the color of a diamond?
Frank, that's an important question when it comes to diamonds. You see, a man or a woman really have no color memory. Now, you can remember basic colors like blue or red, but considering we can see thousands of slight variations of the same color, you have to have a master color to relate these two. Anybody that's ever tried to match a paint color on a wall knows exactly what I'm talking about. So we judge the color of diamonds using a set of certified master diamonds from the American Gem Society. This is the only way you can really make an accurate call on the grade because these slight variations in color from colorless to very slight yellow have huge price differences.
That's at Underwood's, where diamonds are graded accurately in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Firehouse Subs has fries. Your hometown hero since '94 just cranked up the heat. Hot subs, crispy fries, golden, pillowy on the inside, and perfectly seasoned. Over 30 Jacksonville locations. Firehouse Subs, homegrown and now with fries.
It's June, so the finals are here and the temperature's rising. When the heat is on, will your AC step up or choke in crunch time? Don't sweat it. Cool Cat's Heating and Cooling brings championship-level comfort. Cool when it's hot, no missed shots, no overtimes, you're back up and running. So before summer runs up the score, call Cool Cat's Heating and Cooling. CoolCatsJax.com.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
Hey, Hicken here, and every Friday I'll help you put together your sports weekend so you know where you want to go and what you want to do. Watch for Musings with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook, locked down by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
Neck pain, back pain, or headache, Shinatri Chiropractic has 4 locations: Westside, 103rd, Riverside, Arlington, and the Beaches. Acupuncture, dry needling, physical therapy. Relief starts today. Shinatri Chiropractic, 743-6700.
You're 17 minutes after the 2 o'clock hour, XL Prime Time. We got the full house. Coach Campo hanging out with us back from Dallas, and we've been talking about the minicamp as far as what the team looks like roster-wise. And Coach and I did our stream this morning. We're back on Friday mornings, actually Tuesday and Friday mornings. We will stream Campo and Joe either around 9:25 for 92.5 or 10:10. So hopefully you guys will start to lock that in and look forward to it. But anyway, we were going over the roster, and Coach was talking about the speed and so on and so forth that this team has been able to marry up. But I also want you to throw in what you think about the offensive line, because Matt Leon and I came out of minicamp going, I wouldn't say, I'd say woof. Okay, you guys said woof. Okay, I said, I said, I'm going to keep my eye on this bad boy. But I want you to listen to what Coach says. This is an important thing right now. Believe me, I'm not blowing a whistle on a position group just yet.
I'm concerned, like everybody is.
Right.
Because, number one, you can't really tell right now who's going to do what.
Right.
Because without the pads, and I know Leon can attest to this, a defensive guy wins if the offensive lineman can't anchor. An offensive lineman's got to be able to strike, and he was the best at it. He got to be able to strike. So what you're looking for is footwork. And again, I didn't watch enough of that footwork to say, okay, they progressed this far or who they are. But we won't know that. But the one thing I will say, and another thing along with that, is they did nothing but zone runs in this mini camp. And the reason for it is you get injured with no pads on if you're running a lot of gap blocking, where you're coming down and you're cracking on guys and you're running the power play and some of the things that they have to do to be successful in my mind.
Okay.
There has to be a variety between what they do offensively, I mean, with the running game, whether it's zone and power. Because if you said, what's our biggest weakness, it's power this past year.
100%.
You can't, we couldn't sustain drives. Okay.
Couldn't get a yard when you needed it.
And the only way you do that is to make those short yardage deals, because you're not always going to get it on 1 or 2 down. So my feeling is this. I'm counting on the fact that they kind of felt that the guys that they brought in are going to be good enough to give us an opportunity from the power standpoint and the love of the game and the toughness and the physicalness that's going to happen in training camp, that good things are going to happen. But right now, I don't know what woof and means. I'm not that excited about it. If I was ranking the positions, it would be down there number 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever.
Still the biggest GLs would it be?
Yeah.
It's still the biggest question mark.
Yes, exactly.
Well, my frustration was this, Coach. I mean, especially when I'm watching the tackle position, because I played it for so long. I'm watching the guys, when they get beat inside, I know you can't. I would hit guys anyway, because if you're going to work on your technique and your speed and all that kind of stuff, then I'm gonna work on my agility and my ability to hit you with my hands. So I just saw guys reaching for guys and not having the proper footwork, not posting with that inside foot, not kicking at the right angle, lunging, reach. It was just very frustrating, because I would just rather, if I know that you're not going contact, but I would just rather see the implement of your technique and fundamentals on the field, and I wasn't seeing a lot of that. That's what frustrated me.
Okay, so the one thing I did want to ask, based on what Coach said, is can you hear what he's putting down just as far as the difference between the zone and the way the run game will be set up as far as gap blocking versus zone block?
Yeah, because with the gap blocking, Coach is absolutely right. The reason why they probably ran more zones is because the gap block is going to be contingent upon a lot of double teams, down blocks, pulls, traps, and all that other kind of stuff. And you kind of don't want guys going down on guys with no pass on.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I think that they kind of stayed away from making those. But in training camp, because if that's going to be your scheme, it's going to happen. It's going to have to happen.
And I'm more concerned about the offensive line now, listening to Leon. Because I respect what he's saying.
Right. You don't stand 2 hours next to a guy at a practice and him going,
he's getting beat inside. He's not moving his feet. I'm concerned now.
But that's been Matt's anthem, and he's not been wrong. And so I think everyone's just dying for it to be right for once.
Not only that, oh, by the way, Dave goes to the Cowboys camp, watches a couple practices. Who's the guy who stood out for you, Dave?
BB and Booker, the two guards.
Yeah. Listen, you got guard love. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what you go home and dream about, but guards are in your dream book.
Protection, Joe.
Listen,
protection.
When you don't listen, no one likes the guard until you need one.
Yeah, it's the truth. I get it.
You didn't even like guard, did you? You didn't like guard till you needed Tilsky, then you got him.
Absolutely. I ain't want that smoke.
Well, hey, here's why you love him. You want a good one next to you.
Exactly.
You're playing
tackle.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's so, believe me, it shouldn't be lost on anybody that's still a major concern. But the one thing that did kind of rev me up a little bit is when Coach said, hey, they can't do that type of work and without pads, because you're going to risk further injury. And they're going to try and move people as opposed to do what the Doug Peterson scheme up.
Well, I mean, the gap blocking was kind of like when I was at Pittsburgh. We did a lot of pull, a lot of traps, we had a lot of double teams, power G, traps, dives, U cracks, where there was it was either a double team or it was a down block.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's the way we have to do it. And if we can't do that, then I think we've hurt ourselves, because, I mean, they ran zone blocking all last year and didn't get anything out of it when they did go off tackle. And you brought up that they went off tackle, inside the tackle a lot.
73%.
And it wasn't any good.
No.
We weren't very good at it. So they've got to get good at that.
Well, the unfortunate thing about us last year, Coach, is that the same way we pass protect, We ran block.
Yeah, right. We
Straight up and down.
Catching, right. Catching.
Nothing was working.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so all that's got to change. And when I repeat those numbers, and I'm going to really beat that drum until I like what I saw from Liam's offense down in Tampa. I think a lot of people who did drill down on it and take a look at it, a lot to like. And the run game was noticeable, and it was a lot of counter.
That's why I'm counting on them.
Yeah.
And I heard, I listened to all shows on 1010XL, and listening to Baselli.
A true company man.
That's right. And listening to
Pull
Baselli.
up the Baselli bite, yeah.
Yeah, Baselli made the comment. They were talking about Liam, and he said Liam is a very disciplined and is all about physicality. So the training camp is going to bring that out, in his opinion. And I think Tony knows, quite a bit about that.
All right, so fire it, and then we can come back with some thoughts.
It's going to be a physical camp.
Okay. As physical as you can allow it to be? Or?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, that's Liam. I mean, that's who Liam is.
Okay.
I mean, Liam is he's a competitive, tough-minded individual who has a lot of energy and thinks football's supposed to be played a certain way. And I think that'll be reflected on how we practice. Now, there are rules and parameters that we have to follow, and we obviously will follow those, and we're going to take care of our guys. And I think the most important thing in camp is that we're doing things at that time, no different than the period we just went through, to organize and to have an approach that does one thing and one thing only: gets us ready and prepares us to have the opportunity to win games in September. And I think that's the approach of camp as well. And as we've put together the schedule, as Liam sat down with his staff and looking at the time we have and when we can get here, and our preseason schedule, and getting ready for opening day here against the Panthers, I think the approach has been, pretty simple from the standpoint. It's like, all right, how do we make sure that we're ready to go?
Right.
And that we're prepared to go out there. We've done what it takes. We've built the foundation, and now we're ready to go and try to win a ball game opening weekend and be ready for 17 games.
I'm getting a little excited, Coach.
Yeah.
I mean, can we see some inside run? Can we see some middle drills, some blitz drill?
Yeah.
I mean, that's old school stuff right there.
Some of it's limited, though. Unfortunately, that's what he's saying.
And he said he might be TC will always teeter on the rules, so to say. Teetering on the rules.
Little tightrope act.
Tightrope act, absolutely. So one thing you can't manufacture toughness, but you can simulate it in certain drills. You know what I'm saying? You can simulate it in certain drills where you know that you can go say, okay, here you can create a situation. Okay, it's 3rd and 2. You know, the biggest thing that we struggled with last year is just getting a yard, getting 2 yards. So you might have to simulate stuff. Okay, 3rd and 2, we need this, that kind of stuff. Then guys are going after it because now you're making a note of it. Okay, it's 3rd and 2 or it's 4th and 1. You know we coming at you. So the defense is revved up, the offense is revved up. Who's going to win?
Right. And I like both sides having to work for that.
Battle of the wheels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because one side's got to keep the chains moving, the other one's got to get them off the field.
See, and that's you create those kind of scenarios, I'm telling you. You create those types of scenarios. The offense and the defense is going to be jacked up.
Yeah. And so you just don't want to risk injury is what you're saying when you don't have the pads on or anything like that.
No, there's also a fine line of you got to push a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to push them right to that edge, right?
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. To me, we're going to know what they're doing, what their mentality is. As soon as those pads come on. That first day, I think, 2 or 3 days that they have to come out non-pads.
Right, get acclimated.
The acclimation period. But then we're going to find out, because on those pad days, they better be coming off the football, in my opinion.
Yeah, because that separates the men from the boys. Because what I hated is when I went up against defensive players and we were in shorts and the chirping. I said, I want to hear the chirping when the pads come off. That's where I do my chirping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those guys that chirp, that run their mouths like when we're in pajamas. Or you don't use most of the time. You don't find them again once you put the pads on.
I love it. All right, real quick before we get a leaderboard update at the U.S. Open, Father's Day, you got a bone to pick with.
Yeah. Well, no one loves it. No one cares. No one cares. I'm just for real. And I had to go do some research.
Yeah, you found it.
Matt Hayes knows when I pull out the notebook, I'm serious.
Right. He's dead serious.
He's dead serious about the business. Now, so I did some research.
All dads
now, these are variations now. So we're all dads, loving dads, right? I love all my kids, right? Yeah. Proud of every one of them. But Father's Day gets the short side of the stick when it comes to Father's Day. All right? And I just want to prove it because these are variations of different rankings, but I found these rankings. America's favorite holidays. Okay? I got the top 20.
All right.
Guess the first one. Everybody know the first one.
It's got to be Christmas.
Of course it's Christmas. Yeah, so Christmas is number 1. Number 2 is Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Not surprised.
Yep.
Number 3 surprised me a little bit. Halloween's number 3.
It's made a big comeback.
But number 4 is Easter. Halloween is celebrate more than Easter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Easter's
blasphemy
4.
is what that is.
Easter is 4 behind Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay. Go figure that.
Quite frankly, Easter should be 1, but whatever.
Well, okay.
Whatever.
Number 5. Number 5 is Mother's Day.
Yeah.
All right? Mom, love her. Absolutely.
That's fair.
Yeah, but you
100% fair.
You'll say fair until you realize what Father's Day is. All right. Okay. Mother's Day is 5.
They've been brainwashing those kids.
New Year's Day is 6.
Yeah. Ringing in the new year.
New Year's Eve is 7.
Oh, okay. They doubled up right there.
Yeah. 4th of July is 8th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good for America.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is 9.
Wait, you still haven't hit Father's Day yet?
You noticed that.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is Father's Day?
9.
There's
Yes.
a theme.
It's 9.
Armistice
Number
Day
10,
is about to pop up right now.
Number 10 is Memorial Day.
We're not in the top 10.
That part, Coach.
Yeah. And by the way, Memorial Day, we salute all.
Right, I'm okay with being under Memorial Day.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right.
Yeah. Or the
Number
July
11 is Veterans Day.
Also, I'm okay with being under that,
This
too.
one's going. Number 12 is Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, my goodness.
Not even a real holiday.
After Super Bowl Sunday.
Who taught you how to love football?
After Super Bowl Sunday, it's Father's Day.
Okay.
Who taught you how to love
13?
football?
13. Right behind Father's Day is Labor Day.
Oh, okay.
I need to know the publication of this list.
I'm surprised they didn't put Labor Day in front of us because it's a day off.
I don't know, JJ. You may want to think twice about trying to have a child, all right? You're seeing your future right now.
Blake will brainwash that young son.
JJ, I'll send you a copy of this so you keep it in hand, all right?
I can only guess where it was from. I won't say, but there's certain websites.
Okay, we'll get into it coming up. But you guys let us know. What do you think about that?
I'm surprised that you guys made it above Flag Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, which is
we're
above
celebrating.
tomorrow.
Flag Day is actually 22nd.
Okay.
Don't forget to celebrate it tomorrow. All right, so jump in on that. Dads, do you feel gypped when it comes to? And by the way, if you don't get mom something good for Mother's Day, mom's going to make sure you don't necessarily get your Father's Day. Okay, so jump in on that 641-1010 leaderboard update.
This U.S. Open update on 1010XL is brought to you by TopDressing.com.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 125th U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. Overnight leader J.J. Spawn didn't keep that lead for very long today. A bogey at 3 dropped him to 3 under, but then a bounce back at the 4th.
This is just inside of 10 feet for birdie. Starts it on the left, breaking up to the right, and he's made it. He only used putter once. It'll go down in the books as a 2-putt. I don't care how you mark it. That's a birdie for J.J. Spawn. He's back to 4 under.
Andre Gonzalez with the call on Sirius XM. Sam Burns, 65 today, a career best at a U.S. Open. He is at 3 under, as is South Africa's Tristan Lawrence, who tees off in about 4 minutes. Victor Hovland in the clubhouse at 1 under and tied for 6th at the moment. With this U.S. Open report, I'm Whit Watson, Westwood One Sports.
Remembering great moments in golf history, sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. In 2000 at Pebble Beach, Tiger Woods delivered one of the most dominant performances in golf history, winning his first U.S. Open in record-breaking fashion. Woods finished at 12 under par, an astonishing 15 strokes ahead of second place, the largest margin of victory ever in a major tournament. With this great moment in golf history, I'm Scott Graham.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL, brought to you by San Jose Collision.
Florida Gators Week 1 matchup on the gridiron now has an official time and TV destination. The Gators will host Long Island University in the Swamp on Saturday, August 30th for a 7 o'clock kickoff, with the game airing on SEC Network Plus. Their annual matchup against Georgia will be here in Jacksonville on November 1st for a 3:30 kickoff, as that game will air on ABC.
Where does Northeast Florida buy cars? Arlington Toyota. Mia here, and why Arlington? Selection. Arlington has over 800 new and used vehicles all in one location with everyday low prices. Plus, right now, save big with 0 down and just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2023 Toyota Corolla. Or how about no payments till January 2026 and 60-day exchange. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
New year, new club. This is Joe C., and I'm proud to be a member of Southampton. And with the popularity of golf, getting a tee time is tough. But with membership comes member privileges. Enjoy clubhouse dining, expanded practice area, focusing on all parts of your game. And right now, you can join with an annual commitment and get a $1,000 discount, plus $500 of Pro Shop credit. All the details are online at golfsouthampton.com or call 287-PLAY and make a tee time today at the Golf Club of Southampton.
Power bill just went up again? Why keep paying more? Clay Solar can wipe that electric bill out. Right now, they'll cover your first 6 months' payments. Visit claysolar.com today to schedule your free consultation. claysolar.com.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
No matter what the reason, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers always works. For unique and special gifts, visit their showroom on Beach Boulevard. Dylan Denmark here with 1010XL. Kuhn Flowers is my go-to and should be yours. Online at kuhnflowers.com.
Yo, E.T. here, and I need you to beat the heat this summer with cool escapes and non-stop fun in Clay County. Tackle indoor adventures head on. Throw axes at Live by Axe or smash your stress away at Just Smash That. Then kick back with drinks, good food, and fandom vibes at Nakama Anime Bar or Leaderboard Arcade and Bar. Whether you're blowing off steam or just looking to chill, Clay County got your perfect indoor getaway. Find your cool at exploreclay.com. That's exploreclay.com.
As a law enforcement officer, safe roads are one of my top priorities, ensuring everyone can get home safely each day. Some never will, due to aggressive driving, being distracted, or speeding on the roads. And too often, that results in the toughest part of my job and the longest walk in my life. I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
9 people will be killed on our Florida roadways today. Don't let it be you or a person you love. Buckle up every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 13th, 1989, the Bad Boys Detroit Pistons swept the Los Angeles Lakers in the 1989 NBA Finals, marking the Pistons' first NBA championship.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Need the right tools for the job without the full-time price tag? Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach is what you need when you need it. From heavy machinery for commercial projects to weekend projects at the house, we've got you covered. We've been serving Jacks for 50 years. Visit Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach, just behind Aqua East Surf Shop, or call today. We also have event rentals too. Tucker Equipment Rentals. Tools you need without the price tag of purchasing.
Love is in the air. Beards Diamonds. Listen up, couples. Got you a great offer. Hicken here. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000, man. Are you about to get married? Been married for years, thinking it's time for an upgrade? Don't miss the deal of the year on the ultimate symbol of love. Beards has hundreds of bands, top designers, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands. You get the idea. Nobody has a bigger or better selection of wedding bands than Beards. So get to Beards now. Find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second one free. The big box corporate jewelry stores can't or won't do this, but Beards can, and it's happening through June 23rd. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss this opportunity to celebrate your eternal love with the eternal symbol. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Shop local. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town
Where your
Center.
story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Clock pulls it. Cross-side pass. Right side. Across the net. Score! We got Trey Shuttle in overtime. The Edmonton Oilers tie the series 2 games apiece.
Was incredible theater last night on the ice, and it went into we've been treated to a lot of overtime hockey, Stanley Cup Finals, and you guys watched. If you're a hockey fan, the Panthers go up 3-0. You're thinking, okay, they're going to make this a 3-1 series lead. It's in Sunrise. They're going crazy, so on and so forth. Oilers up against the wall, and the crazy thing is they had the lead 4-3 right before the end of the third period. What did Florida score with about 20 seconds to go?
Yeah.
Something like that to send it into overtime. And you saw Bennett with an unbelievable chance to win it. And just crazy great stuff from the Stanley
the
Cup
Panthers should have already won the cup.
Yeah.
They blew both those games.
Yeah.
It's 2-2 now.
If you're up 3-0, you got to say that.
I
And
mean,
by the way, the Bob got knocked over. Boblowski.
He's been getting knocked over the entire series, man.
He got knocked over with that last goal. I mean, it was crazy. So there you go. American Electrical, who lit it up last night. Credit Edmonton. They're trying to win their first cup, I believe, since 1990. And so do we want that to go back to Canada? I don't think so. But American Electrical, if you want to light up your world, residential, commercial, or career-wise, definitely check out American-Electrical.com. All right, so we've been watching some of this stuff, talking about that thick rough at the U.S. Open at Oakmont. And the further away you get from the fairway, obviously you can see how it's going to become thicker and thicker and thicker. But take a look at this as we're all watching it here on our TVs inside the studio, just about 4 feet off the green where these guys are playing. Hideki Matsuyama's 4 over. You see how it turns into a foot of rough if you're offline. And that's how tough this golf course can be. That's for sure.
By the way, if we wouldn't have gotten YouTube TV, we wouldn't have been watching nothing right now.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Direct TV, any kind of rain, we used to just be sitting in here.
Right.
So let's give
God bless streaming.
No kidding. Even the first cut is bad.
It is bad. Yes.
Like even the first cut.
Yeah, which they're just telling you. And this is what the USGA does. It's like we say.
Look at that. Look at the first cut.
Yeah, and that's near the green.
Right.
Okay, but over there, like that's harsh. But if you're talking about first cut, just as far as the fairway goes, it's still
difficult.
Crazy.
Yes.
And I always joke, the USGA is there to grow the game and govern the game. And they beat the brains out of these guys. They really do. And sometimes it's a little ridiculous.
They have a commercial where they're like, we're not here to embarrass the best golfers in the world. It's like, yes, you are.
Yes,
That's your whole thing.
Yeah, Mike Davis, who was legendary, his epitaph would say, yeah, gotcha. That's basically what it'll be, because it's crazy. But you won't. I feel like the players just set it up where there's a lot of risk reward, but there's certainly going to be a lot of scoring opportunities. PGA, little bit of a tougher test at Quail Hollow, but still, they want to see a golf course that kind of hybrids difficulty and great shot making. And we'll
the British just relies on the weather, really.
Yeah, it totally does. It totally does. And if the wind is howling or if it's raining, and Leon said it earlier, he feels like that's the toughest golf course, generally speaking.
Oh, yeah, the British Open, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those bunkers by the greens.
Yeah.
But then if the weather is fine and you're on St. Andrews, you could shoot like 20 under.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's a shorter golf course. And Tiger won one of the Opens without ever hitting a driver or a bunker.
Right.
It was just crazy what he was able to do.
Well, I mean, Joe, you're a scratch golfer, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
I'm
a scratch 90s.
Oh, my God.
I'm a scratch 90s.
I don't think Leon knows what that means.
I do.
He scratches during the course of a round.
I'm saying that you can take appreciation and watching these guys struggle a little bit the same way you would have struggled in, right?
Yeah, believe me, my round the other day, I feel like I was at Southampton and I feel like I was on Oakmont, okay? That's how I looked at it.
You're not breaking 120 here. Don't kid yourself.
No, it was I can't remember if it was Jason Sobel, one of the golf writers, but a handful of those guys over the years that have been covering golf forever, they'll have an opportunity to go out and play these golf courses and
a lot of snowmen on those cards.
Yeah.
By the way, $150,000 for a membership.
Yeah, it's
Looked
just
that up today.
Yeah, what was our drink fee? $2,000 a month.
$2,000 a year.
Oh yeah, that's
$2,000 a year.
Which isn't that much,
not
but
that expensive.
it's $150,000, and then it's $10,000 a year after that.
Right.
And then it's $2,000 for a drink. It's like when you go on a cruise, like a drink pass.
That's the drink package
for $2,000 extra every year.
Yeah,
but if you move into the Oakmont community, whatever, they let you play twice for free to try to get you in.
Wait a minute. The membership is $150 and your drink is $2,000. Should be $2,000 a month.
Yeah. This is just the drink fee. They
just
probably
the drink
have
fee, bro. There's got to be like a food fee too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You have to spend an X amount every month.
There's a $10,000 fee a year on top of the $150,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have to spend. If you don't spend it, they're charging you.
They go charge.
See, it's just the 150 is just one time though.
Yes.
And then it's 10,000 every year, and then you got a food fee and you got a drink fee.
Yeah. What's $150,000?
That's what I'm saying. So it's not that. It's not as outlandish as it. There's a lot worse. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. There's
a lot worse.
some. You start
some
doing
of those clubs on Long Island, those private clubs. Oh my gosh,
they are pricey.
Listen, I've got one for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not a golfer. There's a new resort in Utah. It's Wasatch, right? Members of that club are Tom Brady, Seth Curry, and a few other of these guys.
Yeah.
$1 million entrance.
One buy-in. That's a $1 million buy-in?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
They have 5 foursomes.
What do you do there?
They have 5 forces a day.
What
foursomes
happens
a
at
day.
Wasatch?
That's it.
Stays
That's
at
all the
Wasatch.
plays, right?
Yeah.
They could buy them an island. What the hell they could do?
In Utah.
$1 million?
$1 million. Think about that. But they want to get out there and just play and not have any people come and talking to them.
That is the definition of exclusive.
Privileged.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Wasatch. Check it out.
I bet Brady got Fox to pay for that too.
Probably.
When he was signing
This will
his
be part
deal.
of my deal.
Wasatch
part of my deal is going to be the
Peaks.
Wasatch.
Is that it?
Yeah, Wasatch Peaks.
Yep.
They charge $500K for a membership.
Okay.
The locals are less than thrilled. That's what, screw them.
100%
The
Brady.
guy told me it was $1 million. Maybe he was over.
I mean, that was a 2-year-old article, so I'm sure it ranges.
I think it's $1 million now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it goes up quickly. Glen Kern's having their grand opening, not grand opening, but one of their openings on Monday. And there's a lot of big hitters that are investing and have invested in that bad boy. Yeah, the new one. And so we'll see.
Maybe we should start our own club.
Yeah, you know what?
Cool Kids Club.
Yeah. We just need a good piece of property. I don't know, maybe 600 acres.
Yeah, I got a guy that's with the PGA. He's Winslow.
Yeah.
He can design it for us.
Come on. Yeah, we'll do it.
He's commandeer an old club too and throw a nice.
It was funny.
Nice building on top of it.
I saw an old friend, a former employee at the PGA Tour, worked there for a long time, did a lot of great things. Anyway, he told the great story. We were sitting with Coach and Tom McManus, and he told the great story that his wife was introduced to him by Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
Now that is a claim to fame.
Yeah.
Hey, how'd you guys meet? Arnold Palmer.
I'm gonna start using that.
That is just awesome. And so that all right. So here we go.
How did Arnold and his wife meet? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably another story.
By the way, like creating or
legendary.
or making a golf course.
Yeah.
How hard could it be? You draw 18 holes. I want a bunker here. I want some water there. Big deal. We can do that.
We think we
Easy.
can. We think we can.
Come on.
One of the greatest treats, I'll tell us real fast, was the Legends Walk at the King and Bear. And it was with Arnie and Jack. And it was one of the coolest things ever. Yeah. And we walked towards the end of the construction of the golf course, 16, 17, and 18. A lot had been done, but they were making some final things. So anyway, both design teams, Arnie's team and Jack, they're walking along. Well, Arnie keeps stopping to tell stories because that's who Arnold is. He's just great. And all the media's flocking around him. And Jack's walking ahead, and Jack's looking at his blueprints, his mapping, and this and that. And he's saying, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And Arnie comes walking up. He goes, what'd you decide, Jack? And Jack goes, and he goes, wait a minute. He goes, I'm just seeing maybe the water should move this way. You should move that bunker over. And Jack just nods and says, yeah, that's right, Arnie. That's fine. And they just kept walking. But Arnie was just telling the story. Yeah. And as soon as he got up there, he guessed exactly. Jack was doing all the work, but Arnie knew exactly what it needed to be.
Well,
all right.
When I lived in Claremont, I was on 5 acres of land. And one of the reasons why I bought the house that was on 5 acres, I had a par 3 on the land.
Nice.
So it was hilltop where I would tee off. And then the bottom part was a green that had bunkers around.
Did you have an icy machine there too?
Yeah. Well, no, that was my other house.
Okay, wait a second. You had an icy machine?
Yes,
yeah, I bought one.
I thought we were just talking about like how good ices are. You had an icy machine?
No. Listen, when I was a little kid, I loved Slurpees and Ices, right? And I told myself that when I get some money, I was gonna buy me an ice machine. So in my movie theater, and when I used to live I used to live around the house from Shaq Mama,
right,
in Alaqua,
right.
I had a movie theater and I had a popcorn machine and I bought an icy machine. And my bar was outside and people used to come to my house and come and get my icy and it'd go past the bar. I said, man,
too.
I said, listen, man, go make you a drink. Stop drinking my ices.
How did you make it? Did you just pour the Coke and then it made it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would make all you had
like
to do
the bags
was,
of
you had the bags
of Coke.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had Coke, I had blue, and I had the cherry.
You had to have cherry.
Yeah, I had it.
Because if I didn't get cherry cola, I'm about to storm out of there.
Well, Coke is the best.
Yeah.
Coke icy is the best.
What happened to that thing?
Huh?
What happened to your Slurpee machine?
Divorce.
Yeah, that part.
Speaking of Father's Day.
That's right.
Real quick, let's end on this because we got to get to the leaderboard.
Savage.
So this guy texted, he goes, guys, so this year, my birthday and Father's Day are on the same day. I've got 2 kids. Not a mention of Father's Day. All right, so come on in with more, 641-1010. Do you get treated right like Dad should be on Father's Day? Let us know.
This U.S. Open update on 1010XL is brought to you by TopDressing.com.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 125th U.S. Open Golf Championship. Sam Burns shot 65 earlier today for his career best at a U.S. Open. One of only 12 rounds of 65 or better ever shot at this championship. The 5-time PGA Tour winner talked about his approach to tackling Oakmont.
Especially around here, it, honestly kind of forces you to take your medicine because a lot of times that's the only option you have. And I think you're going to hit some in the rough, you're going to hit some in some bad spots. You might as well do it with authority.
Only 6 players under par right now as the afternoon wave gets underway. Last year's PGA and Open champion Xander Schauffele jump-started his Friday back-to-back birdies to get to even par. Victor Perez of France aced the par 3 6th today. Even par for the day, +1 for the week. With this U.S. Open report, I'm Whit Watson, Westwood One Sports.
If there's one thing we know about dads, it's that they're not easy to shop for. Enter Kohl's. They've got everything from Nike golf gear to his favorite Levi's jeans. And you can save 20% on other finds like Flex Athleisure and Izod workwear. So if you're not sure what to get Dad for Father's Day, you know where to go. Shop Kohl's now. Select styles. Offer ends June 15th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons do not apply to Nike and Levi's. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery. so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Oh, no. No.
You okay in there?
Toilet's backed up. It won't flush.
Okay, I'll call the pros.
The tank isn't filling. The handle does nothing. Run for your life.
Don't be so dramatic. Duck Rooter will fix it.
For any plumbing issue, call Duck Rooter, your local plumbing professionals, and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
ET here, and if you've ever been injured in an accident, visit my buddy Dr. McGowan at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. You have 14 days to see a doctor and protect your insurance benefits, even if you're at fault. And no matter what you hear, you have the right to choose your own doctor. So I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. Their auto experts will guide you in every step of the way to ensure the care that you need. Your recovery starts with McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation.
What Jacksonville Jaguars player has scored the most touchdowns?
Southern Oak Insurance is proud to continue offering coverage statewide. Financial stability makes Southern Oak Insurance a wise choice for your homeowner's insurance needs. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
With 81 touchdowns scored in his career, Maurice Jones-Drew is the all-time touchdown leader for the Jaguars. Fred Taylor is second with 70.
Southern Oak Insurance.
Put the ball in the net with 60 Minutes of Soccer Talk, the coaches show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
The flagship station of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Let's start with some cold, hard truth. Here's why Awaken 180 Weight Loss is your road to freedom. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe. You're not shooting chemicals into your body every week. You're eating real food every single day. You're not listening to an overpriced celebrity tell you about magical new food or asking you to count points or calories. You're just eating food and losing weight. It's that simple with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. You know what else you're doing while losing weight with Awaken 180? Eliminating pain, fitting into clothes you haven't worn in years, sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed and energized and happy. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180, and Hacker lost more than 110 over the course of a year. It's a life-changing road to freedom. Doesn't matter what your goal weight is, Awaken 180 Weight Loss will get you there quickly and safely, a clear path to success without disappointment. Awaken 180. Give them a call, 844-346-1800, or go online at awaken180weightloss.com.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Another checkup? Why are so many people getting new puppies?
Dr. Kim's veterinary office is littered with cuteness.
We are booked solid for weeks. But who can say no to a puppy, right? Oh, who's your good boy? Oh, who's what? Oh,
She needs to find extra vet techs to get those pups some extra love.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Zero Res. Gang, vacuuming is not sufficient to maintain the cleanliness and lifespan of your carpet, period. Do not, let me repeat, do not leave deep cleaning to yourself, but do it yourself dirt attracting carpet soaking machines. No. Call on the cleaning freaks from Zero Res. Big summer savings. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129. Take 20% off air duct cleaning as well. Call them, 904-287-5727, and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Man, don't let your yard be torn up by that heavy aeration machine this spring. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to learn more about our granular aeration. Broadcast throughout the tree and shrubs to break up that compacted soil. Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Baker Glass. The 2025 minicamp wrapped up yesterday. Trevor Lawrence got to speak to the media following practice. As he begins to settle into a new system, he sheds some light on his new quarterbacks coach, Spencer Whipple.
Just has a lot of great insight. He's really smart. We have a great relationship. It's been fun working with him, and love his personality, very even keel, calm demeanor. That's always something I appreciate in a QB coach, so that's important to me. And he's been great to work with. I think the alignment between him and Liam and Grant and everybody and myself is right on point. You know, we're all on the same page, and I feel like we always get to a place where we're on the same page, which is really important.
Spencer Whipple has been an offensive coach in the NFL for 5 years, previously serving in various roles on the Arizona Cardinals coaching staff. Now Whipple has a chance to make a name for himself in a young offense with a quarterback with loads of potential in Trevor Lawrence. It's 86 degrees at 3:01. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Florida Home AC, official AC partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, especially with the rain coming in now. That'll cool things off, but then it gets all humid. Make sure you got that tune-up and make sure that AC unit is ready to do its job, because these hot days are definitely ahead of us for, I don't know, at least a couple months, probably into September. So don't forget 777-4300 for Florida Home AC. You can also serve up some cool rock and roll suggestions. Just hit up JJ the DJ at 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. 5 under for JJ Spawn right now. 1
4
under
under
today.
as of about 30 seconds ago.
Okay, he did drop it.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, gave it right back. Okay, all right. So he's sitting at 4 under par. And I told you guys, Tristan Lawrence is a guy that we don't know a whole hell of a lot about. But he's still up there.
Is he related to Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, exactly. He is a long-lost cousin from South
African cousin.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Trevor and the Jags, I wanted to bring this up to Coach because we brought it up with Matt and Leon yesterday. Talked to Jack Kaiser, Notre Dame grad, captain of that football team, played the college football playoff. Anyway, I asked him if he'd ever seen the 30 for 30, Catholics versus convicts, and he said, oh, heck yeah. And he even mentioned that it may have been, I believe it was, he said one of his family members was one of the original people that had the T-shirt designed and put out those T-shirts and everything like that. So he has long ties going back to the Fighting Irish from way back then.
I believe those guys that designed the shirt got thrown out of school,
yeah,
actually,
I think they did.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think they did.
Good for him. Yeah. He remembered the Catholic version. Did he remember the 89 beatdown when they came to the Orange Bowl? Since he want to remember stuff.
We have to ask him. We're going to try and get him in studio when we get closer to that week. All right, but just a little college football before Coach has to dash out of here. And I'm looking at some of these storylines because right now everyone's taking a look at the transfer portal, figured out where most everybody is going to fall roster-wise. But which of the first-year head coaches from last year will have another good year or have that type of year that their fan base wants, meaning winning season, competing for a playoff spot? Give you a few. Kalen DeBoer. Is he going to have a playoff-bound year? Mike Elko, great start last year. Is he going to be able to kind of finish what they want in so badly in College Station with A&M. Kurt Signetti, Google me. Okay, well, he made it to the playoff. Is he going to be able to do that again? Because now that is the expectation. You can take a look at a few others. Is Fran Brown going to make a nice little uptick from what he did early on in Syracuse? He said he didn't give a damn about the 8 wins. He was talking about the 4 losses. That's basically what he was talking about. Which one of those guys you think can have that big jump?
I don't know that any of those are. I don't know that any of them are going to have a jump. Actually, a big jump like that.
And DeBoer,
I can tell you this: Elko thinks they're going to be very good.
Yeah,
Mike Elko thinks he's got to have a very good team. I mean, it's the second year as a starter for Marcel Reed at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They're returning 16 starters, I believe. They kind of definitely kind of melted down a little bit last month of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Lost
no
4
question.
games.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's very excited about them.
They went 1-4 down the stretch.
Yeah, he's very excited about them. I mean, and a couple of those games they could have won too. So you got to give him that. DeBoer's got a lot to deal with. He doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, Ty Simpson's his quarterback. He's been around there now. This is year 4, I believe, for Ty Simpson at Alabama. I mean, it's time for him to play, man. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
Other than that, they've got a strong roster. But if you don't have a quarterback, as this
Ty
former
Simpson,
NFL coach could tell us,
yeah,
you don't have a quarterback, you got problems.
Ty Simpson, the Viagra of Alabama quarterbacks. He's lasted longer than anybody else.
Viagra, okay.
We're going to find out whether he makes it.
That literally was just some random pull by you. But all right.
Find out whether he makes it.
It's the weekend. He's all riled up.
All those under-the-table jobs.
It's the weekend.
Right?
He's getting ready for it.
Find out whether he gets it done.
As a head coach, what is year 2 like? Year 2 in a program where you think you've got your feet under you. Now what?
Well, every time we thought we had our feet underneath us, we did pretty well the next year. So I don't know about that one.
No, you as a head coach, I mean.
Yeah, well, I never had a good one, so I don't know. I can't go.
So
I can't go to the
what's
next
the thought
one.
process as a year 2?
The thought process is you try to get the best guys you can in the draft and fill in some free agent guys and go for it. I knew we weren't going to have another quarterback that was capable.
Right.
But you just figure you can surround other guys around, and that doesn't work. I mean, you got to have one of those guys. And an answer to that college question, I got to go with Elko because I think money talks and everything else walks. And Texas A&M has got the money.
Yeah, they do.
To bring guys in there that give them a chance to win.
So Elko's got to prove that he can.
Too? They're like 8-5. That's what they have.
Yeah.
That's who they are.
Well,
Texas 8-5.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I can give you an example of what happened to me in '89 when we won the championship with Dennis Erickson's first year.
Yeah.
Now, that's kind of like Coca's first year with the 01 Hurricanes.
Right.
You could have just put us out there. We were going to win. We were going to win a championship.
Right.
But what we noticed is that when we won that championship in '89, he laxed off of us a little bit. And we ended up losing 2 games in '90. So we had to reel ourselves back in a little bit, because when you leave, when Jimmy leaves, Jimmy was a stickler on discipline. Everything had to have structure, discipline, everything. When Erickson came in, he was lax. I call
West Coast guy.
I call him the substitute teacher. Endearing though, endearing.
Yeah.
Because we had Jimmy and he came in. The 19, you could have just put us out there. We were going to win a championship. 90, we lost 2 games. BYU and Notre Dame. All right. So in 91, we ended up going undefeated and win the championship again because in 90, when we lost those 2 games, that was a down season, okay? Our down season was 10-2. All right, so we had to reel ourselves in. But the coach that I like Fran Brown. I mean, when we sat down with him at Amelia Island for the ACC, I mean, he's every bit of Kirby Smart. I mean, I love his discipline. A lot of ways. I love his. He's a stickler on discipline. I even said, Matt, the article where he's finding guys. Now these guys are getting NIL money, late to meetings, not bringing no put, not taking notes, late to practice. He's finding them. 50, 20, 100. Now, if you don't come in the right weight, fine, $100 a pound. I mean, so these guys got to say amateurism is over.
Yeah, it's true.
I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it. Yes, absolutely.
It's professional football coming back all the way around.
I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do it, but he's doing it now.
Yeah.
All right.
At some point, there's gonna be some.
Yeah.
Some attorney's going to put an end to that. I can
but
feel
still,
that.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. You are being paid to perform.
No, I agree with
Yeah.
it. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that will end quickly at some point.
Sherrone Moore.
He doesn't have he has a quarterback, but he does. His quarterback is actually Brian Kelly's first quarterback recruit to LSU, Ricky Collins.
Yeah.
So that's his quarterback, and he's very untested. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Strong arm, big kid, big recruit.
Right.
Just hasn't played.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll find out if he could do that. Sherrone Moore. What about him? Because he has a quarterback. Now, he's got a guy that Bryce Underwood that was, you could say, ripped away via social media and Dave Portnoy from Brian Kelly and LSU. And the Oracle guy with Portnoy, they basically funneled a great deal.
Allegedly $12 million.
Yeah. I
Lord.
I thought it was less than that, but
No,
it might
it's 12. It's 12 over 3 years.
Wow.
4 years.
Jeez.
So anyway,
allegedly,
and it's because Portnoy sat back and goes, "My gosh, Michigan went from J.J. McCarthy and winning a natty to not having a quarterback and just looking lousy." And then he
still beat Ohio State.
Yeah, and he put and still beat them. Yeah, but he put it out there. What if they had I'm willing to put $1 million up.
Right.
And that's how it started. And then the next thing you know, Bryce Underwood's heading there instead of Baton Rouge. Jed Fish up in Washington. How do you think he'll do? We're talking about first-year head coaches last year that could have.
Jed's a good coach. I really like Jed.
Yeah, me too.
Also with a new quarterback. Jed's a guy that if Washington takes a step up, and they win 9 or 10 and your Gators go step back, Jed might be the next coach in Gainesville.
Well, that had been talked about a bunch, but this will only be the second year for Fish up there. So I don't know whether he would.
In a heartbeat.
Well, probably. I agree. He has ties to the game.
He's
Gainesville.
an alum. He would go back.
Yeah.
He
And I
loves
agree.
the state.
It does depend on how he does, but I'm not even writing that. I know you're always writing these stories in advance.
No, it's just you always got to you always have to see the chessboard.
Yeah.
You can't just be looking right at it.
If you're a Gator fan, imagine if they hired Jed Fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be pissed.
Why?
I have to see what it looks like this year. I know that he did a good job. I tell you what, he was the first offensive coordinator under Gus Bradley here when he left Miami. It was his first, another technical center opportunity for a coach in Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's got pedigree.
Yeah, it was his first. He had never called NFL plays, and it didn't work out. And then he was gone out the door. I think he might have gone to Michigan at that point. But he's still revered as a pretty good recruiter and a pretty good play caller on the college
good offensive mind
level. Yeah. And so we'll see whether or not he can get it done. But it's a good exercise just to see one of these guys, which of them can do it. Kalen DeBoer has the most pressure of all of them.
I think that's a pressure cooker right there.
Yeah.
I still go with Elko. I think they got too much money down there to not be successful.
Right.
Yeah, Caleb DeBoer has the pressure, no doubt. They're not going to fire him no matter what. They can go 2-10. They're not going to fire him.
Yeah, but
you're not going to give him $70 million to not coach.
Oh, I understand.
2-10,
but
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a $70 million.
They'd arrest him. They wouldn't fire him if he went 2-10.
They might arrest him, but $70 million.
Yeah, they will implicate him one way or another.
These guys are desperate for money at every turn. All these universities. You think they're going to pay him $70 million to walk away?
I know, but it's so funny. We hear how much money they have for NIL, but how much they don't have to pay coaches to walk away. But this was the same conversation we were having about Billy. Oh, they'll find the money to get rid of him. And it would be nonsense.
They had the money.
Yeah.
That was done deal. They had it.
Yeah. It would be nonsense to run a guy out after 2 years, especially with what he has been able to accomplish. But let's make this the 10-10 take right now. The big difference between those two towns.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
So Sonny's has got it going on. And Pops, Father's Day, it's on Sunday. We just want to salute all y'all. Dads, you've done a great job. We love you. And just tell Mom, hey, come on. Let's go ahead and go to Sonny's. Treat me. Enjoy a delicious plate of barbecue. So the numbers that jump out at me when it comes to Kalen DeBoer, if he were to go 2-10 and then add to that losing to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma the way he won, the way they beat Alabama last year, you will want to run him out on a rail. Can you do it? Probably not. But the expectations are to be in position to play for a title. And making it to the playoff, especially when there were 12 spots available and they didn't do it. And if he misses it 2 years running in Tuscaloosa, oh my gosh. Now, he had a national championship team in Washington that made it to the game, didn't win, but made it to the game, it's an entirely different deal in Tuscaloosa. They don't just want to make it, they want to win it.
I mean, they also, don't forget that Michigan game in the bowl game.
Yeah.
When Michigan literally couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah, and they couldn't.
And they beat the hell out of Alabama.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Believe me, there will be a book against him if he does not do well this year. But I still feel like he has been hauling in a handful of good recruits.
Yeah.
And working the portal, and we'll see where
if
it
he and
goes.
Ryan Grubb can figure out the quarterback spot,
Right.
they'll be in the playoff.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. And so that's what it boils down to. Coach, great having you back.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're working on doing the podcast 2 times in the morning.
So Tuesday and Fridays will be on either at 10:10 in the morning or 9:25 in the morning.
Is this like a football thing? You guys are ramping it up now with football on the way?
It's all.
Talking life.
Nothing.
Wow.
Hey, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's 2 old men who can't hear talking to each other.
Coach, thank you. Appreciate it. Cut off JJ's mic. It's XL Primetime.
1010XL.
In the summertime.
Feel the heat.
Sweet summertime.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barber here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barrier Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to barrierorthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barrier Orthopedics.
They were right. It could have waited. I can't believe it happened to me. Reaching to check my phone. Now my family has to hear that I'm never coming home again.
Officer?
I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
Every day, 9 people on Florida roadways don't make it home. I was one of the people that didn't make it home.
Ride with Do Not Disturb. Every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
Frank Frangie here for South State Bank. At South State, they believe strong relationships build strong businesses. That's why they take the time to understand your goals, challenges, and vision so they can provide solutions tailored to your needs, like they've done for me for years. South State has always been there for our business and our charity. With a team you can trust and a commitment to personalized service, South State Bank is here to be more than your bank. They're your partner in business. Visit southstatebank.com. South State Bank, member FDIC.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Sometimes you agree with him, sometimes you don't.
On the runway, I'm coming in hot.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal. Pretty nice weather we're having, huh?
You think this is nice?
I mean, it's sunny, warm. We do live in Florida.
It's not all upside, Jason. Warm weather comes, so all the cool people hit the beach. My old air conditioner craps out, so it's 1,000 degrees inside, and I'm stuck on a video call in my underpants trying not to sweat through my...
Wait. Put these sunglasses on.
I'm not going to put on your...
Whoa. The air conditioning experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing can keep your home office cool and comfortable all summer long. You look good in your meeting, impress the big guy with your cool confidence, maybe finally make assistant deputy regional manager.
Wow, air conditioning can do that?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend all summer worried the weather is going to be too nice, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
First Coast, I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Frank Frangie here for Bono's Pit Barbecue. Bono's has been serving Jacksonville's best barbecue since 1949. Now, to thank all their loyal customers, Bono's is bringing back their Club 49 card. You can get a $500 gift card for only $350. That's a savings of $150. You can purchase your Club 49 card at any of the Bono's locations around town. And you'll want to get to Bono's soon to get the spring wing deal. You get 6 wings and a side for just $11.99. Head to Bono's, and remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit cssoutdoor.com.
Big Chief Tire is coming to Mandarin. Frank Frangie here. Join Big Chief Tire for their grand opening event on Friday, June 27th from noon to 5 p.m. for games, food, and fun. Our show's going to broadcast live there, and Big Chief is giving away 4 sets of new tires. Big Chief has served the Jacksonville community with locally owned auto services you can trust since 1961. From tires to brake repairs, oil changes, and more. Stop by 10211 San Jose Boulevard in Mandarin or visit WeKeepJacksRolling.com to schedule an appointment today.
I'm Brendan with Checkmate Coating. We transform pool decks, driveways, and patios with pro precision.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hey, mama said the way you move gon' make you sweat, gon' make you groove.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
You go a little old school, that ain't never bad. Good rock and roll. We appreciate it on a Florida Home AC Friday. Some cool rock and roll suggestions. You can send JJ the DJ's way, 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I was just taking a look at the leaderboard. What the cut line is certainly going to be fun to watch as this afternoon unfolds, but it's still sitting at 5 over par as far as the cut. The first 36 holes really an indicator of how tough this golf course is. A couple guys tied at the top. JJ Spahn, you know him from the Players. He has a good enough game to win a big title. He almost knocked it in on the 72nd hole Sunday at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. Remember that putt, guys? Right to the cup, and then just died right in front of it and fell right. And then that sent it into the gauntlet, a 3-hole playoff, which had to be moved to Monday because of the weather. They didn't have enough daylight left, and so they ended up pushing it to Monday morning, and he hit one bad shot, basically, and it cost him, and Rory won it. But J.J. Spahn was good enough to perhaps win the Players, and he might be good enough to win the U.S. Open. If he even makes the cut, this will be his first made cut at the U.S. Open, so it's something else. So we were talking about how tough it would be. One of our texters said, hey, they were saying something like a 10 handicap golfer would have trouble breaking 150 at Oakmont. That's
150?
That's what they're saying. And this is what the texter's saying. He goes, that's insane. He goes, I'm a 6 handicap, and it's hard for me to believe that. I don't know. I know plenty of guys who are right around that number. 10,
I can tell you this.
8 to 12 handicaps.
Bryson DeChambeau looks pretty darn frustrated right now,
that actually is a good example.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, because that should tell you if those guys are that, like, just...
It looks like he has no idea what to do.
Like they're bewildered.
He looks like, you know who he looks like? The lead guitarist on Sundays last year.
Yeah.
Like he has no idea what to do right now.
Yeah. And so I don't know whether it would be...
He's going to miss the cut, man.
Like we always joke, we've got our thread, and we'll bring up Lynchy, one of the most popular golfers in North Florida. I call him the best ball striker in the world, worst putter I've ever seen. And Lynchy's nailed to the ground. He's unbelievable. He's nailed to the ground. PGA of America, North Florida, or I think it's the North Florida chapter. And we always joke with our Golf Mafia thread, what would Mike Lynch shoot at one of these golf courses? Because he's played them. He knows how tough it is. And I bet that number 125 and beyond is about what he'd be looking at. And he still strikes the heck out of it.
It's not just the roughs either. It's the greens, remember?
Yeah.
They're
huge. They were running
our boy, yesterday was saying it was like the greens are running, what are they, 15?
14 and a half is what Katrick was saying, Brian Katrick. And so,
they're very big and they're like squares that's different to see on TV.
Yeah,
it almost looks like they're a links course from overseas. I saw yesterday on 9, they said the green on 9 is so big it can fit like 7 basketball courts inside of it.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
It really does when you think about that, because it is, and that's when you say, hey, I hit the green. Well, it doesn't matter. You're putting 130
I've seen people
feet.
chipping from one side of the green towards the hole.
Yeah. All right. So we've been looking at that. We've been looking at the Jags as far as minicamp is concerned. We got some texters that were jumping in on that as far as some of the questions coming out of minicamp, but I'm still laughing at some of the Father's Day remarks on the text line. The forgotten holiday, Leon. They're saying that. The forgotten one. Don't forget Dad, okay? Make sure you give him a shout. Make sure you just take care of him on his day.
A little extra something, for the effort.
Yeah, yeah. And he does it like, we're talking about like TLD, the lovely Diane will go, you know what? I don't want you to have to grill on Sunday. I'm like, it's kind of me.
Right, I like grilling.
Then who else is gonna?
Yeah, don't take that away.
Yeah. So let me.
Last thing you take away.
Yeah.
Man.
So she was talking about making something else, and she's just a great cook and all that stuff. Meatball subs or something like that, which I may go in on, but we'll see.
Best Father's Day gift you've ever. See, you can't remember, can you?
No.
So far and few.
Tie.
Oh, there's a message there. There is a message there. I know I've gotten some good ones. I do. I think
Good for you, man.
Like the ones that jump out, honestly, and I can't remember if this was Father's Day or not, but this is one of the great mother-in-law moves that Mimi has ever made that I'll never forget, is that her and TLD go somewhere to look for a washer and dryer. Practical purchase. Something you have to invest in so you can have clean clothes.
Not quite a great
but
gift.
It ain't a great gift.
Yeah.
Okay. So they just went shopping for it. So this was not for a holiday or a birthday or anything like that. They picked it out and they're about to go make the purchase. And they walk past a big screen TV.
Nice.
And Mimi says, "Oh, wouldn't Joey like that?" Next thing you know, it's being delivered. And the washer and dryer wasn't. And that was honestly one of the great mother-in-law moves ever.
I thought you were going to say she just took a picture of it and sent it to you. I was like, wouldn't you like
it actually happened.
Did
Okay.
that get into the sports den?
Yeah. No, this is way back when. This is one of those big behemoth. Remember how big the big screens
I
were?
remember, yeah.
Oh my
Be the
gosh.
crane to put it in your house.
And it lasted a decent amount of time, but they were big.
Yeah.
They were definitely big, but it was one like, holy, this is happening.
My dad would always do the classic, like, just don't even mess with me.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone. That's what I want.
Now, I gave my father, when I was in the league, I gave my father a Beamer for Father's Day.
Now that
is pretty dang
gift
good
right there, man.
Yeah, I gave him
it's no icy machine.
You're a good gift giver, Leon.
Yeah, I am a great gift giver because I get tired of seeing because my dad, he loved this. He had this Sanford and Son truck that he just drove around there. He loved it so much, right?
Yes.
And I'm in the league, and I said, my dad can't be. We're not driving no Sanford and Son truck. And he loved going to work back and forth with. I said, I got to get him. I said, if I take him to a car dealership, he's not gonna want to buy it.
Right.
So I got to go buy it and take it to him. So I pulled up behind him, behind the Sanford and Son truck. He gets out of the truck. He says, "Hey, son, that's a nice ride you got right there." I said, "Yeah, Dad. I just picked it up." And then I dropped the keys in his hand. He said, "What?" I said, "It's you." He said, "Nah, I can't take it." I said, "Man, take it, please." And he started crying, got all emotional. I said, "Come on." Now, I ain't never seen my daddy cry now.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Never.
That's
I
good.
got a little emotional, too.
Yeah, that's a good moment.
Yeah, it
That's
was a good
good.
moment.
That he and I know he was proud of you.
Oh, yeah.
He made you work hard for what you got.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
See, all you wives and daughters and sons out there.
Yeah.
Cars. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Just walk up with keys and say, here, it's for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
That part.
And Matt's not saying cards with a D.
Right.
Take the D out.
C-A-R-S.
Cars.
Like a 66 Mustang convertible would be great, okay?
Wouldn't that be beautiful? All right, so here's one. Hey, guys, love the show as usual. Well, I'm a single parent raising a 13-year-old boy right now. So, yeah, kind of stinks a little bit when Father's Day isn't appreciated like Mother's Day. And there are fathers out there that do just as much as mothers. And you can tell him just getting angrier as he's typing, as mothers do, for sure. That being said, I understand, I was married for 25 years, and Mama's Day always took precedent. But still doesn't make it right. Father's Day, I think, should be celebrated just as much as Mother's Day. Just my thought. Another great show, guys. Happy Father's Day. I love this one. This guy goes, my father asked me to take Mom shopping for Father's Day while he plays golf. That's a pretty good move.
You could buy your father like a nice caddy, and then your friend could drive it into a swamp.
Yeah,
as he's looking at his astronaut pen.
Just reading that text.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my God,
it's so good. I mean, he got angry as he went along. One dude says, "Need property for a golf course? Guana. I know a guy. It's not for sale, man." That one was interesting. One guy was trying to pass off like 60 little pods of property all over the place. Just give me guana. That ain't going to happen. All right. Both kids, let's see here. Both kids are coming into town, but I suspect I'm picking up the tab for dinner.
Always.
I'll count it as a win, but the 13th ranking sounds accurate. And I don't think we're that far off.
Right, but the kids being in town is the gift, though.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
is.
gift.
That's what he said. But he's still going to pick up the tab.
Right. Right.
Now this guy says his wife's making lasagna. That's what I'm talking about.
That's solid.
That's a
solid.
win.
That's solid.
Yeah,
move.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a win. All right.
We're also getting a lot of text agreeing with me about Jed Fish to UF. They wouldn't be pleased.
There's going to be people on the outside rooting for him to go to UF. The ones on the inside, not so much.
Yeah, I would love it.
Yeah. Like I said, there's nothing that jumps out that says I got to have that guy. The guys, and heck, for that matter, I was wishing on Lane Kiffin last year, wishing on Kiffin, but who knows whether he'd be good or not. I'm still curious as to whether Billy will be good or not.
Right, that too.
Yeah. That's the biggest question. It is XL Primetime.
This U.S. Open update on 1010XL is brought to you by TopDressing.com.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 125th U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's, we help, you save. J.J. Spawn trading birdies and bogeys on Friday. He is where he started at 4 under. Tristan Lawrence birdied the 11th, his second of the day, to join at -4. Sam Burns, the clubhouse leader, at 3 under, a 65 today, his career best at a U.S. Open. 6 birdies, only 1 bogey. Further down the board, two-time U.S. Open champion Brooks Koepka, 2 over for the week, 74 today. World number 1 Scottie Scheffler, 4 over after a 71 on Friday. Disastrous start for the Masters champion Rory McIlroy. Double bogeyed 2 of his first 3 holes. He's 8 over with the cut now projected at +7. With this U.S. Open report, I'm Whit Watson, Westwood One Sports.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and My Lowe's Pro Rewards members can save even more with limited time deals. Right now, buy one, get one half off. Select HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Primer and Ceiling Paint. Plus, get free same-day delivery to your job site when you order by 2 p.m. Offer valid through 6/13. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
The Jeep brand has always stood for American freedom. And now we're standing with you with Employee Pricing Plus. Hurry into your Jeep brand dealer for details today and join the family. Jeep, there's only one. Offer valid on select 2024 and 2025 Jeep brand vehicles for non-FCA employees and retirees. $200 admin fee applies. Not all buyers will qualify. Restrictions apply. Does not apply to leases. Ends 6/30/25. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Denny Thompson here. You gotta check out Tyson's Showroom Home Theater with surround sound and comfy theater chairs. You can transform your living room into a cinematic experience. I can stay there to watch all my games. It's that comfortable. Call Tyson today and bring the theater experience home. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming, Iowa.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
To get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione Law.
Plumbing problems? AC not blowing? Septic tank doing whatever septic tanks do? Don't call 3 different companies and play contractor roulette. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. Waddle over to duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 13th, 1989, the Bad Boys Detroit Pistons swept the Los Angeles Lakers in the 1989 NBA Finals, marking the Pistons' first NBA championship.
What NFL stadium has been used the longest by an NFL team?
Filing an insurance claim following a storm shouldn't be an ordeal. Southern Oak Insurance's claim team prepares for catastrophic situations well in advance. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Green Bay's Lambeau Field has been used by the Packers since 1957, a span of over 60 years.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Baseball is back. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball at the newly renovated Five-Star Ballpark is your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game and kids round the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Want a simple way to boost your company's image without a big renovation? A fresh paint job in your brand's colors can increase recognition up to 80%. At Performance Painting, we help companies stand out with clean, on-brand finishes that impress clients and energize employees. From color consultations to low-odor coatings that won't disrupt operations, we've got you covered. Visit performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Life is just so busy this time of year. Between work, the kids' games, family vacations, I need a yard hero to free up my weekends.
You mean somebody who does mowing and trimming?
Yeah.
How about mosquito control?
Yeah.
What about irrigation and pet waste removal?
You do that too? You're my lawn hero.
Find your lawn hero at heroeslawncare.com. Heroes Lawn Care, because every lawn needs a hero.
This is Hayes Carline, and I'm so proud of my guy, Leon Searcy.
Man, I used to want to eat all the time, but just 1 month on Physician Guided Weight Loss, and I've already dropped 15 pounds.
And I lost 25. No side effects, just results.
The GLP-1 curbs my cravings and keeps me feeling full. It's been easier than I expected, and I feel amazing.
Their staff is great, and best of all, no surprise cost.
If you're ready to bring sexy back this summer, visit pgweightloss.com.
Physician Guided Weight Loss, safe, doctor supervised.
And it works.
Yo, it's your boy E to the T here, and I know that getting into an accident is stressful, but getting the proper care doesn't have to be. That's why I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. Even if you're at fault, your insurance covers you. And remember, you have the right to choose your own doctor. Even a minor accident can cause whiplash for years if it goes untreated. So don't wait. Call the auto accident experts at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. Your recovery starts today.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that I'm still a little ticked off that Father's Day is 13th. All right, just gonna put that out there for you. All right, I think we need to band together, fathers, this weekend. Don't you dare pull out your wallets for nothing. Nothing. Your wife, your significant other, your children, let them pay for everything this weekend. All right, and on Father's Day, yes, JJ. And on Father's Day, when you wake up and you have your socks on with your flip-flops and your boxers, you demand breakfast. And you go get you a cigar and some brown water and sit on the sofa and scratch yourself like a real man.
Watch golf all day.
Oh,
That's my takeaway.
That breakfast better have some bacon.
It better have some bacon.
That is just beautiful.
I don't know how I can top that, man. I don't. I'll just add an addendum to that, okay?
Yeah.
And there better be like a brand new car in the driveway too.
You're back to the car. All right, I'm going to add an addendum as well. This one dude got so mad he just had to quit typing. He goes, I can't believe y'all are surprised by this. Women always have and will get everything. The kids, the house, the holiday. Freaking, and then it just went away.
He just stopped.
He just hit send.
He couldn't do anymore.
Yeah.
He just hit send. It was over. Oh, all right. That's all right. So,
I mean, to be fair, they do bring kids into the world. That's probably a little bit more important than what we do.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we celebrated that one, okay? That was May.
Yes.
They ain't having kids without us.
Yeah, this is June. Now they
It's not
they
true,
can even rub us out on that. All right,
That's
so anyway.
not true. You just pay any college kid $20 and they'll be able to have a kid. Just go right down to that, doctor, and there you go.
All right, so and yeah, same thing. Well, we could give a round of applause to this one dad right now. He said, hopefully closing an NIL deal for his son in football. Happy Father's Day. Go Bulls, Bulldogs. Tommy, that's good hearing from you, buddy. And hopefully that does happen. That'll be awesome because those are the deals. Like I feel like dads need to be present with some of these deals, not to reach in the pot, but to take care of the son. And
not Jaden Rashada present.
Yeah. And you're helping to not advise some of these young players, but you're mentoring them a little bit as far as their skill set and everything. But the NIL is an important part of this whole thing to be successful.
I mean, your dad's very important in the process of you going into college. I remember when I was moving into my dorms, I was a little nervous, right? So my dad saw that I was nervous when I was moving into the dorms. And my dad said, "What's wrong with you? You look scared." He said, "Listen, you deserve to be at the University of Miami. You earned the right to be here at the University of Miami." He said, "If they don't have teeth like a," he said, "they don't have teeth like a lion or claws like a bear," he said, "F them." That's what my dad always had a unique way of. He was just telling me that not to be scared.
Yeah.
Not to be scared. Yeah.
You got to own your moment and not be afraid of it. And dads and look, dads have to give you the tough speeches. They got to be there when it doesn't go well or whatever. We know that mom did a ton, but
First time I saw my dad cry was when I was pulling away for college.
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah. And
it was a celebratory cry.
It wasn't. It was get the hell out, man.
He was crying. He says, "I just can't wait."
Glad he's gone.
But
he almost, it wasn't as good as Leon's legendary speech. That was Leon. That's going to have to be like a drop in and of itself. That speech.
Yeah, that's being saved.
Yeah, they did say best Father's Day hype speech ever. All right. So, what are the numbers going to be when we're all said and done? I think I said JJ 5 under.
You did.
Was my over under,
which our boy Trevor Lawrence's brother Tristan just got to 5 under. He's two birdies on his first few holes. So
is that how you pronounce his first name? Tristan?
Tristan,
I believe. I'm not positive. Like I said, we only see him every once in a while. But I still feel like it's there.
Bryson's scrambling again.
Yeah, he's 6 over and struggling, man. It's going to be...
And so this, honestly, like I was saying a couple days ago when we were looking at this tournament, and driving the golf ball is what you're expected to do at a U.S. Open. Drive it well. And he didn't have to last year at Pinehurst. And the native area just allowed him to get away with it.
Right.
He could go out there and find it. He could just basically just barrel it out of there, rifle it out of there.
Right, yeah.
And he saved himself with so many of these 4 to 6 foot putts. And Rory obviously had a chance to match him and missed a 3-footer. And so Pinehurst just allowed you to get out of jams, a lot like Augusta does. This one will not. It is, but even on day one, there were guys that missed about half of their fairways and still were able to find the greens. So if you miss the fairway a little bit, while that rough is up, it's not the tall heather. And so we'll see how they handle it. But it right now is getting the best of a bunch of these guys. Oberg, one of the guys that we talked about, the Swede, lives here in Ponte Vedra, 6 over now. And the cut is sitting right now, 62 players at 5 over or better. And so we'll see where it goes. Anybody within 10 shots, also, I believe, is the rule at the U.S. Open, has a chance to make the cut. And so this is the tournament that they know if they can just bear down and get that number to get you to the weekend, a lot can happen. 36 more holes of golf. Guys can come back to the pack. Guys at the top, you're going, wait a minute. They're not going to be able to. I'm not looking at them and saying they've got that on lock.
JJ
right?
Spahn.
You can't look at JJ Spahn and say he's got that
Although
on lock.
he's played exceptional golf today.
He really has.
On the front 9, he's got 2 birdies and 2 bogeys. And like we said yesterday, he had 0 bogeys all day. So I expected him to immediately crumble, but he hasn't. He's looked great.
I like his attitude.
But I don't think he'll be winning on Sunday.
No. I like his attitude, though, because he doesn't try and take on too much, but he understands. He knows. I think he said something to the effect of, I'm a better golfer when he was contending at the Players. And he's taking credit for it because I got to go out there and say, hey, I want to take what's mine. I'm good enough to go get it. And that's the attitude that you have to have. Yesterday, though, he had 4 birdies on the front and then all pars coming in. And
some long par save putts, though. Clutch.
Yes. And heck, he holed out on his first hole.
For birdie.
Yeah. And so it wasn't found money. It was a very good round. And so we'll see what he can do.
What about this guy Griffin? I know he's been crazy hot on the tour recently in some not as big tournaments.
Yeah, it's funny because you could name.
But he's in 4th place.
I think this would be an accurate trivia question, but I'm not going to ask and make it a perfecto. But 2 guys that have already won twice on tour have done it this year. Before this year, they had not won before.
Right.
And that's Ben Griffin and Ryan Fox. Both of these guys have won twice this year. And it is hard as hell to win on the PGA Tour. Yeah, Ben Griffin won a team event and then won an individual event. And he's good. He's popped before, but he hasn't been able to win. And you get a lot of confidence when you win. And I don't know whether it'll hold up or not. But when you look at the leaderboard right now, is there anybody up there that says is
no? That's kind of my whole point. Is I bet I wouldn't be shocked at all if Adam Scott just hangs around.
Yeah, I
and
believe
wins it
that.
at like 1 or 2 over.
Yeah.
I'm 1 or 2 under. I wouldn't shock me at all.
And then does Xander close the gap? Is he back to 1 over?
No,
Xander, I think, is around even. I'm not sure.
Okay.
He's 2 over right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he did lose a little bit.
And Bryson just birdied, so he's 5 over. He's going to make the cut. Bryson.
Xander hangs around 1, 2 over the rest of the round. So he's like 1 or 2 after 2 rounds. He's another guy that I think could.
You say You say Bryce is going to make the cut. Does he have 4 bogeys in a row?
No, I don't think he's going to make the cut. JJ does.
No, that's what I'm saying to JJ.
I do.
He's
7
just
over
birdied.
right now.
Oh, he
just
birdied?
I have a prediction of a guy who's going to be amazing this weekend.
All right.
Have you ever heard of him? His name is Scotty Scheffler. He had a crazy up and down round today, but I felt like he started getting it towards the end of his round. And
Which is usually what he
he's
does.
only +3 or +4, which is not out of it whatsoever.
By the way, Phil's 1 under today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one
Phil's
under.
like 10th place or something.
Yeah. What's his
Is it
total
plus
score?
three? Plus
His
three?
total score is +4, but he's
Okay, that's good. That's fine. That's good.
no, he's +3. Sorry, he's +3.
Okay. And
That's
that's
one under through 5.
It's another guy that can manufacture moments.
Yeah.
He has the shots. He was always aggressive, but he's now probably a little more tame in that department. He has a nice little hole out, Make Sports Center last week. That might have fired him up
That was
a
a
little bit. Who
crazy
knows?
shot.
These guys can come out of nowhere. We know that. At this golf course, I don't know that I would have expected that. But back to Scotty. Scotty is just a guy that he doesn't, that thing we talk about, he doesn't do the dumb thing.
Right.
That ends up taking him way out of a golf tournament.
Right.
And I watched him on feature groups earlier, and the embedded and shredded can appreciate this. He hit a bad shot, and he went, "Oh, gosh darn it, man."
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Normally we have the embedded and shredded. He heard that story,
Yeah.
and then he said a big bad word and took off.
Right.
That's one that Frank Franchi would say, "Gosh darn it, man," after a bad tee shot.
And I'm neither embedded nor shredded, and that's exactly what I'd say. Doggone it, Joe, is what I would say. Doggone. Shoot.
Yep.
I say shoot a lot on the golf course, Joe.
I can just imagine, but Scotty is Mr. Nice Guy, that's for sure.
Yeah, he is. He is good. Well, what a day here, by the way, Joe. We're in your hometown, by the way.
Now, you
get out of the car.
You're at the Fish House.
We're at the boathouse, they call it. Yeah, and I mean, the minute you get out of the car, you know, Coward, you know, Joe, you know, the mayor. I mean, I couldn't even get to our location because people wanted to know not if I had not my autograph, but can I get there your autograph, Joe?
If that were only true, I need somebody to buy me beers down there again. They don't do it anymore.
I don't believe that. The mayor. So we're here in your town, Joe, and what a gorgeous setup here at the boathouse. How's everybody doing? You guys good on a Friday?
Yeah, we're great. We've been watching the U.S. Open and having fun, just kind of seeing just the up down that all these guys are going through. DeChambeau right now living it as he's just trying to claw his way to the cut line. But I got to get back to the fish because is this the old school Kingfish shootout? Is that what we got?
It really is. It's the Daly's old school Kingfish shootout here, Joe, presented by Yellowfin. I mean, it is, and this is the happy hour, the Miller Lite happy hour. Officially kicks off in a few minutes. Our friend Paul Dozier is going to have his captain's meeting. That starts in about 10 minutes. This place is absolutely packed. There's live music from Jason Evans here. I mean, tents everywhere. And I tell you, it's become the Kingfish tournament on the First Coast. It's become a gigantic event. And you know Paul and Lauren and what their team does to put this thing on. So we're really excited. Paul's going to join us, by the way, Joe, at about 4:40 and talk all about the history of this thing and how it's become so big.
Just tell Dozier I want to put in on the Calcutta on his team because I expect him to win. So just let him know that. All right.
I don't even know if is he in it when he's hosting the thing. He may not be. But you know what? I will tell him that. But no, we're excited about being here. A lot of things to talk about today, guys. Hayes and I'll talk certainly about this event, and it'd be great to catch up with Paul Dozier. We'll talk all about the Open. And do you like it better or worse when everyone's making bogeys? I kind of like it this way. I know we'll certainly weigh in on that. The NBA tonight as well. We'll wrap up the final week of Jags minicamp. All coming up, Joe, just a bit.
All right, Frank, have fun down there.
Thanks, boys.
The old school Kingfish shootout. It'll be in that boathouse he's talking about, just right around the corner from that little Finger Lake that heads right on out, the Gonzales Creek, right on out to the Intercoastal. So it'll be a good time today, that's for sure. We are done. Thanks to Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jags. Thanks to all of y'all. Happy Father's Day. And that's to all the dads out there, granddads, everybody making sure the kids come up right and have a good family. Happy Father's Day, Leon, Matt.
Appreciate it. Happy Father's Day.
JJ,
Happy Father's
Father
Day,
to be soon. Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Keep your wallet in your pocket.
This U.S. Open update on 10.